I wanted to try a new kind of video out, one that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I never really knew how to do it. So today I'm going to be talking about being alone and why it's okay. A few years ago, I hated being alone probably more than anything, but as I've worked on it, I found that it's something that I do really value, and without a few hours of alone time every day, it kind of throws me off. So in this diary entry, I wanted to talk about how I figured out how to be happy being alone and why it's okay to be alone and you shouldn't feel bad for it. So yeah. I kind of figured this out in a way that I don't think most people do. I'm not sure though. 2 years ago, I left in-person school because my mental health was getting really bad. So last year, I went to online school for the whole year. Basically, that's what did it for me, sitting at home on my computer every single day by myself. I kind of was forced to learn how to enjoy myself. And at first, I absolutely hated it. I contemplated going back to regular school every day for at least the first 2 months. But I slowly really picked up on how I can be alone and make it enjoyable for me. Because all the time before that, when I was by myself, I would literally just rot on my phone and wouldn't pay any attention to doing anything that I actually would like to do. But yeah, that's basically my little story time on how I figured out how to be alone. I think for most people, sitting in your dark bedroom every single day for months straight is probably not the best idea. I know my case is definitely a bit unusual, but I think there is one really good way how you can figure out how to be alone, and that would be you basically have to do what I did, but in moderation. And I know it sounds horrible, but I mean, you kind of have to force yourself to be alone so you can be more comfortable and so you can figure it out for yourself, because everybody is so different that I can't give exactly you the perfect way how to do it. But I do have a lot of tips and tricks that I picked up, so let me give you some. First, when you're alone, try to do things other than just rotting in your bed on your phone. And I know how appealing that is. I do it literally all the time, but if you really want to get to know yourself, rotting isn't really going to help you in any way. And I also would highly recommend putting your phone on Do Not Disturb, because this is time that you are supposed to be spent with yourself and you don't want other people getting in the way of that or distracting you from that. So now let me give you some things that I would recommend doing. Number 1, literally just figure out everything about yourself. And I know that sounds kind of stupid, and you're going to say, Aubrey, I know everything about myself. I'm literally me. But a lot of the time, I've noticed that when I ask someone something about themselves, they don't really know, or they're not completely sure. And I think it's because a lot of that stuff we just don't think about a lot, or we don't have the time or energy to think about it a lot. So this kind of brings me to like a sub-tip to this tip, but journaling. I really recommend looking on Pinterest for like deep prompts, because those will help you out so much. Yeah, those are going to help you out so much in really digging deep into yourself and figuring out things you do or don't like, and so many more things. But I have another super important point to make, and that means by teaching yourself how to be alone, that doesn't mean that you need to isolate yourself from people that you love just so that you can figure out yourself, because the people that you love and surround yourself with are also a huge part of yourself and a huge impact on yourself. And it is very obviously not healthy to be by yourself for months on end and not talk to anybody. But one more really important final point I have to make is that being okay with being by yourself is one of the most important life skills you can have. And obviously, I know I'm definitely not very old, but I know that this is so important, because really at the end of the day, the only person who is going to be with you from the very beginning of your life to literally your last second is you. So being uncomfortable with yourself and not loving yourself is literally one of the worst things that you can do for yourself. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this diary entry. I really hope you guys loved it. It was super easy to make, and I just wanted to add in a bunch of little candid clips that I've taken throughout the month and compile this little video for you. So if you have any ideas on what I should make the next diary entry about, you should definitely comment them below, and I will see you all next time, and I love you so much.